The 2011 general elections came at a time when the growth and performance of the agriculture sector was very disappointing. A study carried out by the Advocates Coalition on Development and Environment Accord, titled Promoting Agriculture Sector Growth and Development, a comparative analysis of Uganda's political party manifestos 2011-2016, showed that although Uganda generally enjoyed economic growth, which averaged 7% per year in the last 10 years prior to 2011, the growth in the agriculture sector had been disappointing. Real growth in agriculture output steadily declined from 7.9% in 2000-2001 to about 2.6% in 2008-2009. The poor performance of the agriculture sector was also reflected in the sector's declining contribution to gross domestic product (GDP) from 39.9% in 2001-2002 to only 23.7% in 2008-2009. The 5-year expenditure framework of the National Development Plan, which runs from 2009 to 2010 to 2014-2015, proposes the allocation of an average of 5.4% of the national budget to the agriculture sector. While this is an increment to what the sector was receiving in the last decade, this allocation is too small for the sector to make any substantial investments that can lead to the desired growth. The government has often argued that the sector's funding is also channeled through interrelated ministries.
But we are saying, for instance, the money for irrigation. Why should the money for irrigation now go to Minister of Water? Yes, we know that even in the annual plans for the Minister of Agriculture, they also have the capacity to do it, to revive, to establish the irrigation schemes. Why should the money now for another sector go into another sector, for instance? Because the challenge we have now with even the existing ministries, they lack collaboration. So if they do not structurally harmonize themselves in terms of coordination, then how sure are you that the money that you are allocating for a particular sector in another sector is going to be utilized as it is supposed to be?
Funding has remained a major obstacle to agricultural development in Uganda. This is so even after government committed under the Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program (CADIP) to increase allocations to 10%.
Raising vital allocation to agriculture and for investment in rural areas should be a strategic priority for government.
Finance Minister Maria Kiwanuka has in every budget speech called for mechanization of the agriculture sector.
Our farmers in Uganda are not that sophisticated. They are those farmers that still require government support. You cannot leave the farmers as if they can stand on their own without government help.
Emphasis has been put on improving and increasing outreach of the National Agricultural Advisory Services (NADS). It therefore came as a shock when earlier this year, President Yoweri Museveni was quoted to have proposed the scrapping of the program. The Agricultural Committee of Parliament also called for the review of the NADS Act 2001.
What is being applied now by the NADS system is a complete departure from the Act. What we need to do is a review. How can the farmers get service delivery? How can they get extension?
Agricultural activists argue NADS has been politicized, which has affected its performance.
The members of the ruling party tend to interfere with these processes and literally hijack them for their own selfish and party achievements. And we think that this is not proper.
NADS would be really performing better if it actually stuck, if it actually was serving the purpose for which it was formed. But the challenge is it has had a lot of political influence. And for that matter, they have now embarked on diverting its resources.
The 2 years have seen government inclination to the promotion of genetically modified organisms, GMOs, through the tabling of the Biotechnology and Biosafety Bill 2013. This will legalize the development and marketing of genetically modified foods, with government arguing they will guarantee the country's food security. Tiawa Satumba Abubakar, NBS Television.